iOS 13 brings an entirely new experience for people with an iPhone. There's a lot going on with it. We're not going into detail on that. Today, we're just talking about Apple CarPlay. We're in a 2020 Nissan Maxima. It shouldn't matter which car you have. As long as you have Apple CarPlay, iOS 13's version will work in it. The first thing you're going to notice is a new home screen layout. They've changed it up from essentially just the apps to actually having a home screen. You can have your map, the destination you're going to, quick links to favorite destinations, as well as the current music. Now this works better if you're using everything in your iPhone. So in this case, we're using the Sirius XM app in order to listen to music, but you can use things like Apple Music, Spotify, any other music app that works, it will show up in the bottom. The great thing is if you don't want to have one specific app open, you can have a home screen set up. Unfortunately, right now it only works with Apple Maps. So if you're like me and you just prefer having Google Maps, you're going to be stuck using this. And later on into 2019 and later into 2020, a new version of Apple Maps will be available. Right now, this seems to be the same version that we've been using up until now. But the biggest changes are the layout. You can still get back to your menu system by pushing the button at the bottom. You have access to all your apps there, and you can easily change their order much easier now than you could before. You also have access to settings, something that you didn't have before. Things like do not disturb while driving, so people who text you or try to call you will be alerted that you aren't available. And you can push those through with a favorite system, but for the most part, it works pretty well. You also have the option for dark mode. My phone is set up in dark mode right now, but if you have it set up for automatic, it can be in light mode, as you can see here, and then we switch it back to dark mode, depending on what you like out of it. Siri has also been improved in iOS 13. Not only is the voice more natural, but it takes up less space when using Apple CarPlay, so you can still hold the home button, navigate to home,
getting directions to home.
And now it doesn't take away the entire screen real estate, it just shows up at the bottom. Another great thing related to that is how you can actually use your phone while still using Apple CarPlay. Before, it was phone and screen specific, so if you were using your phone, it would move what's on the screen for Apple CarPlay. Now you're able to have a friend maybe go in and pick different music while you're still using the navigation. It doesn't matter what's on your iPhone, it just matters what's on Apple CarPlay. They are now screen independent, unlike before. Much like in previous versions of Apple CarPlay, you are able to move around the apps. It's a little different layout now. Before, it actually showed a screen as to what you can move around. Now it's just a little menu here, and you can see all the cars that you have using Apple CarPlay by going into the menu and have a list and be able to delete them and change them, and it will update in real time. So if you go in and you want to change around, maybe you don't like having Sirius XM so high up, you can move it and it will change instantly. Another new addition for iOS 13 is the calendar app. So if you are a busy person, you like to be able to see what's up next with your calendar, you have the option to go into there. And if you have an address set up for where you got to go, you can easily get to that using the calendar system built into iOS. Since we're at the location we're actually filming in, I can't use that. Another feature too, if you do use Siri to be able to navigate to somewhere, you can use Google Maps. For example, navigate to Shell with Google Maps.
One possibility is Shell en route to Acton. Getting directions to Shell using Google Maps.
But again, because it's built into the system here, it will not show up on your home screen as Google Maps. You have to use Apple Maps for the home screen at this time. Other apps have received a small UI improvement, such as the phone app. You can see different contacts in a different way, but for the most part, everything still works about the same. If you liked Apple CarPlay before, you're definitely going to like it now with iOS 13, and within the next month or so, it will be coming out for all users who have an iPhone that is compatible to be able to upgrade. And again, if you have Apple CarPlay on your car right now, there's no update needed on your car. Once the phone's been updated, it will work the same way in your car. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I think we've gone over the core features that are coming with iOS 13's Apple CarPlay. If you have any questions, please let us know. Even though this car will not be here once you've seen this video, we are always using Apple CarPlay in the vehicles that we test here on TestDrive. So leave a comment if you have a question and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Thanks for watching.